Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to speak about citation or citation basis. In citation basis, we are going to see the definition of citation. We are going to see the types of citation. We are going to see why someone need to cite his or her research work, or why do people cite work, and we are also going to see the common styles or the types of citation. So, for us to find citations, or in the first place, we are going to see what I have here. So we have these are the types and definitions. So straight away, we are going to see the definition of citation. If we say citation, someone is referring to the sources or the source of information. We refer to the ideas or data used in writing or in research of academic work. So that's simply the definition of citation. If we say reference to sources, we see that if someone is asked to give us a research work, someone must give us where the work was found and who was the author of that work, such that like someone who is reading your work is not able to doubt your work, or is able to understand your work, because you've provided a right source. And to know that you've provided a right source is when you've clearly cited your work. So we are going to see the type of citation we have. We see the type of citation we have here. We have the in-text citation. The in-text citation, to define in-text citation, we see that first we begin from, if I say in-text, it means something is inside. So in-text citation is where the citing or the author's name should be included in your work. That is the meaning of in-text citation. So if we see an article of corruption in Europe that we have here, we see that if I say the in-text citation, we see that the journal's name or the author's name and the year is included in the work that we are citing, because our work we are citing is what we have in front of our author. So our author and the year the work was published, then you give us what the author was stating in that work. So if we also say in-text citation, we mean you give us the author, then you give us the author's reference. So for us here, we have our author's name, and we have the year the work was published, and we also have our references. Our reference, we are going to see that we review of international political economics. We see that if someone if someone is going to open your work, you can easily type this author's name, and you also copy. And if you try to reopen that work you have copied, it will give you the same information that is here. That means that was the right person who cited that work, and he's the owner of that work. That's simply what citation means. And citation really help us not to doubt your work. because it will provide us the correct information. So that is citation. This is the meaning of citation. And this in-text citation, it is in the APA format. Yes, in the APA format, because the APA format, you give us the journal's name and the year the work was published. So that's simply citation. And we are going also to see that why should we cite our work? Why is it important that everyone doing research is requested, or we must cite our work? Yes, it gives us that we see that citing our work gives credit to the original author. Then citing our work also supports your argument. It supports your argument because someone is not able to ask you or is not able to follow you that where was your work found, or where was the source of your work, because the citing already gives us the source and everything. So it supports your argument. We also see that citing your work helps readers verify your information. It also shows the depth of your research. Yes, that's simply why people cite their work, or why we are emphasized to cite our work. We are going to see the common styles of citing. We see the first common style is we have the APA format. In the APA format, we are going to provide the author's name. We are going to provide the year the work was published. We see that in this research, if I'm to use the APA format in my research work, I'm going to provide the author's name. For example, I have my author's name here. I have as Okello. And the year Okello published this work was the year 2020. That was the year when Okello published his work. So, in also the APA format, we are going to provide the reference, which is a must. We have to give the reference, of which my reference here is, we have Okello J. Then I put the year his work was published in brackets, and I now give us what he published, meaning we have introduced our research work. The next style of citing, we have the MLA citation format. So in MLA citation format, we are going to see that we are going to provide the author's name. We are going to provide the page number where exactly your work is located. That means the author's page. So for example, if I have my research work, which belongs to Okello, I have the name of the author, which is Okello here. Then I provide the page number where my research work is located. So we see that work cited. Okay, we are going to see the example of this work cited. We see that I provide the name Okello J, introduction. Then I introduce my research work. Yeah, these are some of the styles of citing. These are only two, but we have more of them, more of the citing format. We can find them later. So this is simply what citation means, and the steps in citing. So thank you for watching this video. I know we have learned something, and it helps us in our research work. So thank you for your time. Remember to like, subscribe, and share to my YouTube channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.